Hi, Tommy.
Hey, what's up? How's your crooked house?
Not good. I'm falling over. I think we talked about it last week. Same position, hooked. Got my heels hooked on the desk to stop myself from sliding. Um, and yeah, not doing much.
Yeah, we're both back, not in the town where we both live, but we're both at our respective colleges. Um, and yeah, just fucking bitches and getting money.
Yeah. So nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Uh, we're doing a little food themed episode this week for no reason in
Hmm.
honor of. Damn, you know what we forgot? We said we were gonna do Groundhog Day for Groundhog Day, and this would be the
Oh,
week
is it
to
not
do it.
Groundhog Day?
Tomorrow's
We
Groundhog
could do
Day.
it next week. Oh, well, you
Now we
know.
missed it. Next year,
Well,
um,
yeah.
we're doing like a food themed episode for today for no reason, and so we're gonna do a fast food tier list that I will screenshot and put in the YouTube version, and um, Tommy will put on Twitter or Instagram or something. Um, and we're gonna talk about Chef. We're talking about John Favreau's hit film. I don't know if it was a hit, but Chef.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it was a hit film, but it was pretty good. I really liked it.
Yeah. Uh, so before we roll into that, tell me, is there anything uh, boiling at the surface that you want to talk about?
Um,
The answer
no,
can be no.
not at all.
All right.
I don't know what's going on. Is there anything going on in the world?
Um, Probably. It's snowing home where we're from. Pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it is. It's gonna snow where I'm at tonight.
Me too.
Um, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Anyways,
anyway,
let's get into this tier list.
yeah. So we'll go food place by
Yeah.
food place, and Tommy and I will place our things.
So
Oh,
is
we
it the
should add a
same order?
category.
Like it starts at Arby's, and then
Or
is that it where
yeah,
it's
mine is
reversed
Arby's,
to where it
Burger
starts
King, Little
with Arby's
Caesars.
and then ends at White Castle? Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I'm adding a
Yeah. Okay.
tier
So what were you about
for
to say?
I'm adding a tier for places I've never eaten at because it's
Oh,
not
that's
fair to
probably
put them in the
smart.
D tier. Uh, so yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Right.
Okay.
So let's start with Arby's. I know right where I'm putting this. Have you eaten here?
I think I've eaten there like once.
I'm
Um,
putting it in
I've
D.
been to an Arby's. I can't remember if I.
Arby's was
Yeah,
like the
I don't think
worst.
highly of Arby's.
And by the way, D is the worst one on this
Mm.
list. But Arby's was one of the worst fast food experiences I've ever had.
What happened?
It was just nasty, and it gave me like I don't know, a fast food restaurant built on roast beef sandwiches that just doesn't sit right for anyone. I think.
Yeah, I don't have any like horrible memories, but I also like 100% would not go there. So I'm just gonna put it in C because I feel like D is something that I'm like going to actively avoid, whereas C
Mm-hmm.
is or sorry, D is like I'm just gonna avoid it. C is just like I don't really care either way. I'm not gonna go to it, but I also don't have any like horrible opinions about it either.
Horrible experiences. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Burger King.
Yeah,
So
so next is Burger King.
I feel
I've
like
I've been here a couple of times. I don't like it. It's not the place that I'm. If it's Burger King versus McDonald's, I know where I'm going 100% of the time.
I I I don't know. I know a lot of people who hate Burger King, and I kind of like some things on the menu.
Mhm.
And it's one of the only places where you can consistently get Coca-Cola ices or slushies or whatever.
Is that
So
true? Mm.
as far as I know. So um That earns it a couple points in my book. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of the places on here. So I'm going to put it in the C area, I think, for now. Maybe it'll
I'm also
move
gonna
up.
put it in C just because. Yeah, I have no heart, no strong opinions. What's sad about this is that I haven't eaten at a lot of these places.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, whatever. That's why like Carl's Jr.'s and Little Caesars. I'm just gonna put them both in haven't tried because I haven't tried them yet. I heard
Oh yeah,
Little Caesars is literally the worst.
I have had Little
But
Caesars, and I don't remember it being that bad, but I only had it once, so it's gonna go in C. And I was also like 12, so my
yeah.
taste buds were stupid. Carl's Jr. I've never had.
Mhm.
So as of right now, everything is like either in C or below.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have.
All right,
Next
all
is
right.
Chick-fil-A.
Here's the
You can go.
controversial one.
Yeah, this is gonna be controversial.
All right, look, it tastes really good, and for fast food places, it is like a step above other ones. So it would go S, but for
This is a big
the
but.
for the fact that like whatever CEO or whatever donates to like conversion therapy and shit, I will knock it down to A because
Yeah, so
if we're going
I don't
purely
eat
off of
here.
taste, it's really good.
So here's my opinion. I think it's good. I'll be honest. I think it's a good chicken sandwich. I don't think that it's like I've heard people say like this is some of the most tasty, best food I've ever had in my life. If that's true, that is like sad. That is very sad. Um, I think this place is overrated. Not just because they hate gay people, which is pretty big, but like, I just think the food's overrated. This isn't the best food I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's really, really overrated, and the fact that they hate gay people is whack. So I'm just gonna put them straight in D, just because I don't eat here. Just this is one of the things where I actively avoid it. I just would never. I have actually been
Really?
to a Chick-fil-A with a bunch of friends, and I didn't get anything to eat.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hot. That's a
I'm a real
hot take,
SJW,
Tommy.
but
That's in Arby's
I don't know. I don't
territory.
want to. I just that I'm saying this is for my opinion, and I actively avoid it. I would never eat there.
Fine.
If I want a really good chicken sandwich, I could probably make one. That's as good.
I'll hold you to that next time I see you. Chipotle is really good. Um, the thing is, I feel like it's kind of declined in quality the past couple years. Like I remember getting it all the time in middle
Yeah.
school, and it was like really, really good. And lately, it's like I don't know, feels like their ratio is off, and um, it doesn't feel like um nearly as insanely tasty. So I'm still gonna put it in A, and above Chick-fil-A, but I think it has the potential to be S if it could reach that quality from previously.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna throw this in S tier. Um, I I really like Chipotle. Um, it can be a little bit pricey, and honestly, like they're not perfect 100% of the time. But that's okay because like it really is in a league of its own. Like if you ask me like right now, like which out of all these I would like to go to, Chipotle is gonna be in that conversation with like the top other two or three.
Mhm.
It's just like it's always so consistent. I don't know. I love burritos, so that's pretty much it.
Domino's D. It's so
Domino's,
bad. It's so disgusting.
really.
Yes, it makes me want to
I'm gonna
fucking
put it in
vomit.
B tier.
Tommy,
I'm gonna
come
put it in B
on,
tier.
dude. That's so
I
gross.
don't think it's that bad. They have that cinnamon
If you talk about the
twist
fucking
thing.
cinnamon, that's not their food though.
No,
That's
this is
not their
fast
pizza.
food. We're ranking the chain. We are ranking the chain. We're ranking them all. We're not ranking like their one type of food. You're ranking them as a chain, and I
Yeah,
think
but would
that
you ever
the
pick
pizza, it's
Domino's for
not great. I
pizza?
don't mind it.
Ew, it's so bad. It tastes
I straight up pick
disgusting.
I would never pick if I wanted like a good pizza. I would never ever order fast food pizza
No shit. But if I had
because
to
like
pick
you can
between
probably get
Domino's
one.
or Pizza Hut or the other ones, I would definitely not pick Domino's.
I would probably pick Domino's.
All
They're
right, you're a
cheaper.
fucking lunatic.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
You're
I think
insane.
it gets a lot of hate, and it's like it's bad. It's not good pizza, but like not the worst thing in the world.
All right, so Dairy Queen. I've never had their actual food, so if we're
Yeah,
going strictly off the ice cream, though, it'll go. I'll put it in B.
I'll also put in B. I like the ice cream, and
Yeah,
that's that.
I don't think the
Good for
one
them.
near us has actual food.
No, we have one near us, and it's like, what is it? It's not. It's walkthrough. That's what it is. Like it's there's a window, and you just like go to it, and then that's
Mm-hmm.
it. But I like it. The blizzards are great.
Uh, Five Guys
Hmm.
is that's gonna go to S tier for me
Yeah, I don't know where
because
to put this. Okay,
it's
yeah.
the one on here that feels to me the most like real food.
Hmm.
Um, it's it feels like an actual burger. I don't love their fries, I'll be honest, but their burgers, they're really, really good, especially for a fast food burger. They're expensive though, but
They are
I
expensive, and
think
their
they're
milkshakes
very
are really
good.
good too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I'm between S and A. This thing is really good. I think as of right now, I'll put it at the top of A.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I don't know, I don't really have any strong feelings either way, but it's just really good. It's really good stuff.
Yeah. In and Out,
Hmm.
I've never been to.
Never. It's sad because like you hear all these Californians talk about it like it's the best thing in the world, but then like it's literally only in California, and I think a few places in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's like a West Coast thing. Jack in the Box, same deal. I haven't been to that.
same deal. I want to try these places, and I bet they'd probably be really good, but I can't say anything about them.
Mm-hmm. KFC. This one's a tricky one because as a kid, I loved KFC
Hmm.
a lot. Lately, it feels very greasy and very not as good to eat. But I will say, like their potato wedges and their sides are really good. And I still think as a chicken place, it's good, and I think it's better than the other chicken place on this tier list. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm gonna put it in B.
Yeah, so I maybe have been here like only twice in my life, but I don't remember hating it. I probably don't love it either. It'll be at the top of C or the bottom of B,
Mm-hmm.
just plainly because I haven't had enough time to try it. So I'll put it at the top of C. Um, yeah, yeah, that sounds about right.
McDonald's. So here's the
Hmm.
thing. McDonald's
Uh,
makes me feel really disgusting every time I eat it. Um, but when you want McDonald's, it's really good. But if you don't want McDonald's, it does not taste good at all. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're in the mood for McDonald's, nothing hits like it. But if you're not, it's
mm.
like pretty gross, honestly. And I guess that's the same for most of these places, considering they're all
Yeah, I was
fast
gonna say
food.
I feel like with
But
any food, if you
McDonald's
really
is like
don't want
the
it,
one that like it's everywhere. So if you're getting fast food, it's probably McDonald's. Um, but
mhm.
I am gonna put it at the top of B.
Okay. Yeah, I have a similar opinion. I'll probably put it at the bottom of A. Um, I don't have many issues with it. I think my biggest thing is that like I feel like I always get something. Well, when I'm there, I always feel like how do I explain this? Like if someone was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Domino's or I'm gonna go to Carl's Jr. or I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen," and they were like, "What do you want?" I'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But if somebody asked me McDonald's, I'd be like, "Okay, I know. Like I know for a fact I'm gonna find something that will probably taste pretty good."
Mm-hmm.
Um, you get nuggets, their milkshakes, their McFlurries are real good, and it's cheap as hell. I think McDonald's is people shit on it. It is shitty food. Like all of this is pretty shitty food. Like
Oh yeah,
besides
of
like one or
course.
two of them. But like, if you go in knowing that it's shitty food, then like we're just ranking the shit, and
Yeah.
McDonald's is not as bad.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. You know.
Panda Express. Uh,
Yeah.
it's the one like Chinese food place on here. And for that, I think
Mm.
it goes. I think I'm gonna put it in the bottom of A because it's the only place. It's the only fast place you can get Chinese food, and it's not bad.
Yeah, I same thing with some of these other places, but I've only had it like once, and like honestly, not bad. Like I don't mind it. I know that it's not authentic, and I'm not even gonna compare it to authentic
Oh,
Chinese
of
food.
course.
But like if I'm just like quickly craving like, oh, I want some like kind of low quality but like really really salty like Chinese food, then I'm gonna go to Panda Express. Um, but honestly though, I don't really. Whenever I get Chinese food, I actually don't really get fast food. So it's hard to
Mhm.
rank. But yeah, I'll put it at the bottom of B. Um, just because I'd probably prefer it over the other stuff.
Papa John's, I don't ever remember. I think I've had it, but I do not even remember an ounce of the experience. So I'm gonna put it in never eaten.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna put it in never eaten. There's a chance I might have had it, but honestly, like I'm gonna put these both in haven't tried. But uh, actually, no, I think I have tried both of these, but a long, long time ago. I'm gonna put both Papa John's and Pizza Hut in D because unless you're like in the middle of nowhere and the nearest thing to you is Papa John or Pizza Hut, don't get their pizza. Like just
Mm-hmm.
find like good old Tony, like who lives, you know, in town and makes his own pizza. I bet it'll probably be better.
Probably.
Um,
I'm gonna put
yeah,
Pizza Hut
I
in
think Papa John fast food pizza is shitty.
I think I'll put Pizza Hut in I'll put it in C. I've had it like once, but I remember it being better than Arby's and Domino's, so
Yeah,
put it in C for that. It's
that's
bad
fair.
pizza though. It's not
Not
good.
good. Not good at all.
Popeyes I don't like. Sorry. Their
Mm.
chicken sandwich did nothing for me. It's not very good. Honestly, I'm gonna put it in D because it made me shit like a fucking walrus and it completely wrecked my stomach every time I have it. So no thanks.
Okay, so I've had Popeyes a few times. Um, I just remember them being positive experiences. I liked them. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A, just because looking at everything on here, I would probably go to Popeyes before any of that stuff. Um, yeah, I don't think it's like the greatest thing in the world. I just think it's like it's preferable for me.
Mm-hmm. Sonic, I'm putting in D. It was pretty fucking gross when I got it. Um, it was not good. It was like a really rubbery hot dog,
Yeah.
and I was not a fan.
So this is good because I agree with you. But I have a story about Domino's. I was at a soccer tournament when I was
You mean
younger.
Sonic?
Yeah, funny. Um,
No,
and
you
we
said
went to a
Domino's.
no. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was at a Sonic. We had a soccer tournament, and then after the game, like we went to like a Sonic or whatever. This is the first time ever having Sonic. I ordered the Philly cheesesteak, and I'm getting through it, and about halfway down, you know when there's a hair in your food, and then you like remove your mouth from the bite, and the hair just like slowly moves out of your mouth, and it's like on the
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There's this giant long black hair on my Sonic Philly cheesesteak, and I have not been able to live it down. So like, I get it was probably an accident, but like I've never have had hair in my food at any other place. So I'm sorry, Sonic. And also their commercials are annoying as hell. So
Yeah, I agree. Subway C. This is like the most C one I can think about on the list. It's a very not good sandwich.
Yeah,
Uh,
I used to be high on Subway. But yeah, I don't like it all that much anymore. I'm probably gonna put it above Arby's, below Burger King. It's probably right neck and neck with Burger King, interchangeable. But I'm not gonna go there. I would much rather make my own sandwich like that, and
yeah,
I feel like
or
that's
go to a
not hard to
deli.
do. Any amateur person, yeah, exactly. They're very easily
There's probably a
can
deli next
find
door
something much better. Mm-hmm.
to any Subway. Taco Bell. This might be
Mm-hmm.
controversial, but I enjoy Taco Bell, so I'm putting it in B, right above Dairy Queen and below McDonald's, because I know it's not real
Yeah,
food. It's all just like ground beef and like a shitty tortilla and like cheese, and there's no effort put in. But I'm kind of a sucker, and it tastes pretty okay by me.
yeah. So I think when you're going to Domino's, you need or keep saying Domino's to Taco Bell, you need to know what you're getting. And if you get the good stuff, it's actually pretty good. I got the Crunchwrap Supreme and the cheesy gordita crunch, and they're both pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the issue is that those are like what everybody says are the best things, and they didn't blow my mind. Like I would probably, I don't know, like I think they're probably on par with like a Big Mac. Like I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind Big Macs, and it didn't blow my mind. I was a little upset at Taco Bell, but yeah, I'm putting it right below Dairy Queen just because I think Dairy Queen, like I can definitely think of several things at Dairy Queen that I'd be like, oh my god, this is so much better than anything else at a
Anything
Taco
at
Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah, that's fair. Baja Blast though at Taco Bell.
I don't drink soda, so
It's not a soda, it's a slushy. I mean, it's a Mountain Dew slushy, but
yeah, yeah.
Wendy's. I don't like Wendy's. I That's a really hot take of mine. I hate Wendy's. Every time I've been, it's just been disgusting. Um,
Hmm.
and a really bad experience. So I'm actually putting it below Burger King and above Little Caesars in the C tier.
Yeah, so I don't. This is hard. Um, because I can think of several places on here that I probably prefer, but I have gone to Wendy's a decent amount, and I've never had a bad experience. I've always actually like enjoyed it and thought it was fine, so I think it probably belongs in B. Um, I'll put it at the bottom of B.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say I was there once in senior year of high school, and this was when they had 50-cent Frosties, and I went to the counter. I was like, "Hey, can I get two Frosties?" And they're like, "Sure, whatever. It'll be ready in a few." They call my name, and then they were like, "Oh, we accidentally made another. You can just have it." So I got three Frosties, and so I hold it a little. I respect them.
A little bit more dear.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think they're great though. So
Fair enough. And White Castle, I've been to maybe twice. And I remember it being pretty okay. So I'm gonna put it in C tier, right above Little Caesars and below Wendy's. My experiences there were probably better than any experience I've had at Wendy's, but
mhm.
um, I think because of my inexperience and because of the fact that it's really just like a slider, and they're not very big, just gonna put it beneath Wendy's.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I haven't tried it. So it's unfortunate, but I have seen what it looks like, and I was gonna say I feel like everything I see from White Castle is just a slider, and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
seem that appetizing. So I don't know if it would be all that highly ranked,
Yeah,
but
the thing is, like, you can get like the White Castle burgers like at whatever grocery store, and just like heat them up yourself, and they taste exactly the same.
mhm.
So like, there's really no reason to go over just like buying the sliders yourself because they taste just like that, and they're not very good, but they're like fine.
Yeah. So if you want to review, like, do our overview of what we have, I just pushed up. Do you want to start from D and then go all the way to S?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in my D, uh, um, I I guess I have to. I'll put Chick-fil-A at the top of D, just because they make edible food, and that's like kind of what we're ranking here. But like, I truthfully, I'd probably rather eat at Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Sonic than Chick-fil-A, just because I
You would
don't
not
respect
rather
them.
eat at Sonic.
It would be
If
really
we're
tough,
talking
but
strictly about food, Tommy,
okay, but like if you made the exact same, if you made like the food as an exact replica of like a Sonic dish versus like a Chick-fil-A thing, I'd eat the Chick-fil-A, but I don't like that, like
yeah, but that's
the
fine. But that's
management
what,
behind.
or at least
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I've been ranking here. If
And
we're
I know this is
ranking
like a
their
shitty,
views, if we were
yeah.
I don't eat at Chick-fil-A often because of the fact that, I don't eat at Chick-fil-A if I can avoid it because of their shitty ass fucking views. But their food is good. And
No, I agree.
so that's what I'm ranking here.
It would probably, if it was just their food and if you
Like
didn't
if
have
you
it, it'd
had a
probably be an A. It'd probably be an
if
A.
okay, if you had a Chick-fil-A like sandwich sitting in front of you and a Sonic hot dog sitting in front of you,
Yeah, I
and
know.
none of
I
the
know what
money
I'd
was
eat.
going to
Yeah.
either of them, you know which one you would eat.
And I know it might be like a shitty opinion too, just because like obviously like the minimum wage worker is behind the meal. Like me saying I'm not gonna eat your food, it comes off like very like pretentious, but also like I feel like I can choose to like not eat at a place where I don't respect the management behind.
I
I feel like
respect it.
that's a
That's why you go to Lowe's
you
instead of
know
Home Depot. If
yeah.
there was a chicken place that was the same level of quality as Chick-fil-A, but not race or not homophobic, I'd go there every time.
hmm
I mean, like again, I barely ever go to Chick-fil-A, but uh uh I'm ranking purely their food stance. If it was their political stances, I mean, I can't think of any probably any of these where like they have good political stances, but
Yeah, there's probably very few. But
I
yeah,
will say
anyways,
also
goes
like
Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Sonic. Sonic is the lowest.
yeah, mine goes from bottom to top: Arby's, Domino's, Sonic, Popeyes. Just pretty
Yeah,
gross all around. All of them.
very
Wouldn't
gross all around.
really eat there if I had the chance not to.
So in my
Um,
C, I have KFC, Burger King, then Subway, then Arby's.
my C is Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, White Castle, Wendy's, Burger King, and then Subway. Probably Subway at the top
Yeah.
because you know it's up to you how good it's gonna taste in some ways. And
Wait, are you reading yours from the bottom to the top or the top to the
yeah,
bottom?
yeah, bottom of the top.
Oh, okay. I'll start doing that. Mine were I just read my last two top to bottom, but I'll read mine
So keep
bottom to
that in
top
mind,
after this.
viewers.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of B, which is the ones where I'm start like these are good to eat. KFC, Dairy Queen, Taco Bell, McDonald's.
Yeah. So at the bottom of B, I got Wendy's, then Panda Express, Domino's, Taco Bell, and Dairy Queen. I think they're all
Mm-hmm.
edible. I probably wouldn't like to go to any of them, but if like someone said, "Hey, I'm gonna pick up food from this place. Do you want anything?" This is probably the part of the list where I'm more so like, "Yeah, I'll get something from there." There's probably something I can find.
Mm-hmm. In A, I have Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, and Chipotle. Uh, like I said, all of their food is like definitely high above average quality for fast food places. And I think all of them are like missing a special spark, like if like again,
Yeah, I
if
could see
Chick-fil-A
that.
didn't have shitty ass views, they'd be really good as a place to go. And if Chipotle like wasn't as expensive as it was, it'd probably be up there. But again, I don't eat it uh Chick-fil-A
Yeah, none
very
of this
much.
stuff I really eat that much. But in A, I have Popeyes and McDonald's. Popeyes kind of the oddball just because I haven't had them too much, but I don't think they're that bad. I think they're pretty quality. I think you can't go wrong. I don't know. I haven't had them in a long time, so there's definitely a good chance that if I ate it again, I'd be like, oh, this is definitely a B. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't have any bad things. And McDonald's, I've had probably had McDonald's more so than anything on this list
Oh
besides
sure. Yeah.
Chipotle. And it's just always consistent. And I feel like they just know how to like make college age kids, 20 something years old and or younger, just be like, oh. Yeah, I'm gonna get that McFlurry.
And then my only thing that I have an S tier is Five Guys, because I feel like they're the creme de la crop of. I will say there's a notable
Yeah.
absence on this list of any donut and coffee places, and I would definitely put Dunkin', Starbucks, and like
Yeah,
Krispy
it's more
Kreme
like
in this.
fast breakfast food. They kind of fall into that, right?
Yeah, but I feel
Not
like that's
Krispy
still
Kreme, but
considered fast food.
that's fair. Yeah, so in my S tier, I have Five Guys and Chipotle. Probably just because Five Guys is actually like really appetizing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably say that's a step down from like if I go to like a restaurant, like a pretty decent restaurant, and they have a burger on the menu, I'd say like Five Guys burger is probably like a step or so down from that. Which is saying a lot coming
Mm-hmm.
from a fast food place. And then number one is Chipotle, just because I love Chipotle. It just always hits a spot. I don't know
You sound
what
like a
else to say.
teenage girl in
Yeah,
2013.
no, I agree. I just love it. So good. It's my life.
uh, yeah, I think the funny thing about fast food is like most of these places I avoid eating at if I can. Like, besides
Yep.
like Five Guys and Chipotle, I never ever and McDonald's, I guess to an extent, but I never get a craving for like any of these places.
Yeah, I actually don't really get a craving for that stuff either. I have a housemate who he orders Domino's like religiously, and you know what he
Ugh,
gets there? You know what he gets there?
what?
Like the pasta and chicken Alfredo.
No, no,
It
dude.
smells so bad, but
The Domino's
he
smell is
just eats it.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I will
Ugh.
say it is really like turned me off from Domino's. I never thought it was that bad, but like that made me be like, oh man. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not too into fast food. Maybe one day we'll have to rank like actual like foods, like certain like categories of food. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, we
types.
could do that. Um, excuse me. All right. Uh, since we're a movie podcast, we should move on to talking about a movie.
Yeah, not the fast food podcast. But
And
yeah, we did Chef. Speaking about food,
we did Chef.
and yeah, what do you think? What's your initial thoughts?
Well, I've seen it
Do
before,
you
but
want
I
to do
rewatched it.
spoilers?
I rewatched it this week.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty old. It's on Netflix for anyone who wants
2014.
to check it out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, not many spoilers in it. It's kind of just like a nice, like,
yeah,
heartwarming movie. It's nothing
yeah,
really to
right.
spoil.
Um, I watched this movie and thought it was like like a meme, like a joke. Like I thought it was like bad, and
Hmm.
people were like, something like an Adam Sandler movie or something where people were like, "Oh God, it's so good," but they're being sarcastic. But I watched this movie and it's it's actually really fun, like really really enjoyable and fun to watch. And the fun thing about it is that it's like um it's a John Favreau directed movie and he stars in it. And
Yeah, the lead role. Yeah.
yeah, and he's very clearly like with the premise of the movie, he's like giving Marvel Studios like a big fuck you, because like the plot of this movie is like he's a chef in a restaurant and he wants to like make new food to like really impress the critic that's coming, but his boss wants him to like stick to the old food and not change anything. And it's basically just like a stand-in for the production of Iron Man 2, where John Favreau had all these ideas for where he wanted to go with it, but Marvel Studios was like, no, you have to do this, this, and this. And then it came out and it got slammed by critics, and it's not really his fault in the same way as the chef from this movie. So it's kind of funny to see it in that lens that John Favreau basically made this movie to be like, hey Marvel, you fucking fucked me over. Uh, yeah, but what did you think?
Yeah. So something I liked about this movie was like the degree to which there were like no loose ends at all. It was
Mm-hmm.
like it kind of like really came together beautifully. Like every every character or every like kind of little plot point like had a good and meaningful resolution um by the end of the movie. And that was
Yeah.
something that like going into it, like they hinted at like, oh, he's not really spending time with his kid. and like halfway through the movie, you're like, all right, well, the kid isn't really a big part of the movie, but then by the end, you're like, oh, okay. And then
Yeah,
like
he's
the
like a
food
big
critic
part.
guy, you're like, yeah, the food critic guy, you're like, okay, he's just kind of there to like set him off, but he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really do anything besides that. But then at the end, you're like, oh, he's like he helps him out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just several things like that, like with his ex-wife, and they didn't really like give anything like too definite on that, but it kind of was insinuated that they're doing well again and make
Well,
it
they
back
got married
together,
again.
which is like
Yeah.
also nice. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
You didn't
know that.
notice that's what the party
Was
at the
that
end was. That was their wedding.
was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought that was just like at the restaurant or something.
Oh no, yeah. She's in a white dress, dude, and he's in a tuxedo.
Okay, is he? No, he's in like
Yes.
a okay.
He's in a white
Okay,
tuxedo.
maybe I just
I'm pretty
maybe you're
sure.
right. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Well,
um
yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
what I like about this movie is that like from I guess like the midpoint on, there's really like no big conflict and like nothing goes wrong, which I think is like as I was watching it for the first time, I was kind of expecting it to be like, oh God, when's like something gonna go wrong and the truck break down or like, you know, some like terrible things gonna happen or whatever. But pretty much from the time he gets like on the road with the food truck on, there's like it's really just like you watching them
There's
go
no
around and serve
conflict.
food. Yeah. And it's just kind of nice
Mhm.
to have a movie where it's like it's such easy viewing because you don't have to, you know, be afraid for the characters. It's just like it's nice to see a movie where everything just goes right for once. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
doesn't
it
work
was
for every
really it was
movie.
yeah, it was really just like nice and like I said, it was heartwarming to see that like he gets the food truck and then literally it's just smooth sailing from that point and like everything kind of goes well for him.
Yeah.
Um, just because I feel like with most movies, it's kind of like when he got the food truck, that was like I don't know the second act, third act,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you're like, okay, when's it gonna come? When is like the food truck gonna break down, or the kid's gonna, the kid and the dad are gonna have a fight, or anything like
Yeah,
that? But
exactly. And I
mhm.
really liked the relationship with him and his son. I felt like it was really really real. If you've ever had your dad talk to you about something that he's really really passionate about and like, you know, I don't know. I liked seeing John Favreau teach his kids like this is, you know, a chef's knife and this is like I don't know, you see their bond because at the beginning of the movie it's like John Favreau's just taking him to all these places, like roller coasters and stuff, because he wants to do fun stuff with his kid when he has him, but his kid really just wants to like do stuff where they can actually know each other.
Mm.
Um, and then that's what this like whole second part of the movie is just them, you know,
Hanging out.
learning, yeah,
Yeah, literally,
working
like what
together,
the
and
kid said. He's just like, I just want to like hang out with you and just like talk and learn things.
yeah,
And then that's exactly what they do for the final uh 45 minutes, hour
yeah.
of the movie.
They do put cornstarch on their balls though.
Yeah, that was a little out of left field. I thought that's what the part where I thought that the what was gonna happen. That's when I thought that the where the conflict was gonna come in, because the kid was up and it was this guy in the food truck and the dad's asleep and he starts like unbuckling
Oh,
his pants and I'm like, oh my god, no, please don't go in this direction. But he just starts putting cornstarch on his balls and then he's just like, yeah, want some? And everybody's just
and then
it's just so
he
weird.
wakes him up. He's like, "Dad, he's putting cornstarch on his balls." And he's like, "Oh, can I get some of that?"
Yeah. And then he gives some to the kid. Just kind of absurd. Um
Yeah, I think it's also a Robert Downey Jr.'s character is really really bizarre. He keeps
mhm.
switching between talking about the carpet in his office and the unborn child that his secretary is having.
Yeah, hold on.
He goes like
I
he's like talking about like what color do you think I should get for the carpet? People keep sliding around in here, and then he goes, "Do you think I should keep it?" And then John Favreau's like, the
yeah, that conversation.
carpet."
Hold on, I think my housemate's locked out. Give me like 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so I think probably the best part of this movie is that it kind of just feels like it's like a really fun hangout movie, and it makes me want to get a food truck and just drive across the country with like
I was
my
actually
friends.
that is 100% what I was thinking and like talking about when I was watching that movie. I was like, I really just want to work in a food truck or like get food truck food. Um, yeah, the best way I could describe it is this movie just feels like a really well cooked meal. If that makes any sense. I know it's like
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
unintended, but that's exactly what it feels like. It just feels nice and like cozy.
It is
Um,
very cozy. It's also like it's got this rhythm to it. It's got like a lot of music and like the visuals of when they're cooking and stuff. It's just a lot of energy. It's all good energy.
yeah, it's all
And
good energy and good vibes.
I like the part where the son keeps talking about this like video he's making, like this 1 second every day for his whole summer vacation. And he keeps talking about it. And John Favreau's like, yeah, yeah, that's awesome, whatever. And when he sends it to him, like it's really like emotion. It's kind of an emotional video. It's like a recap of their whole thing. It's just a sweet moment where he's like, and then he calls him and asks him to come work on the food truck on the
And the
weekends and
kid's like
stuff.
so excited. Yeah, I think maybe my only problem with the movie is that with that clip of the 1 second a day thing, I'm pretty sure there were like clips from the same day.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
but that's like literally my only nitpick because there were things that I'm like, didn't they happen the same exact day? I don't know, but
Yeah, but who cares?
yeah, I didn't really care all that much. It's just something I noticed.
I'd say like the one it's not really a gripe. It's just kind of something I find funny is like this movie's kind of dated with how it talks about social media. And that's gonna happen with any movie that comes out, when it talks about social media, it's gonna be different in a couple of years. But the way they're like, oh my god, your food review is going viral. It's crazy. And like, just the way they're talking, it's like, yeah, it's not really what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. Like nowadays, like if it seemed like they made it seem like that was the only thing that was happening on the internet. And usually if like there's a crazy chef that like started yelling curses at a blogger and it was caught on video, I'd watch it and be like, wow. And then just forget about it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you wouldn't
You
be
know?
like, hey, you're the chef that verbally berated that food critic.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, you're doing this now.
Hmm.
You know?
But again, who like who
Um,
who really cares? It's just a way to get the plot in motion. So I don't
exactly.
mind. Uh, but
And
yeah,
oh,
I mean,
they also talk about Hell's Kitchen in this.
oh yeah, they
Do you
do. They
remember
want
that?
him to go. They want him to go on it,
So
right?
what was actually really funny about this was yesterday night, um, my apartment and I were watching season 12 of Hell's Kitchen. We were just like, we typed in online like, what's the best season? And it said season 12. And this was directly after we had watched like a bunch of episodes of Chopped. I don't know if you ever seen Chopped.
Yeah, I've seen Chopped.
Yeah, and the contrast between these two shows is striking. Like
Yeah,
I thought that like Hell's Kitchen would be somewhat about food. It is not at all. I am
it's
like
just about Gordon
almost
Ramsay.
I am almost 100% certain that the entire thing of Hell's Kitchen is just staged. It is
Wow.
so outrageous and so like overly dramatic that it has to be staged. Either that or the editing is just like out of this world good. But like these people like there's no way they exist in real life. They're like constantly cooking. They're supposed to be like grade A chefs competing to be Gordon Ramsay's head chef at one of his restaurants, and
Mhm.
everything they cook is raw. And you're telling me that like these are the best? Like literally in the beginning challenge, he's like, I want everybody to give me your specialty dish, and you're gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna try it. You know what one guy does?
What?
He gets he makes him tortellini and like tomato sauce, but he uses a package of tortellini and tomato sauce from a can.
Oh no.
And he's giving it to Gordon Ramsay. And it's like, I don't know. There's no way
That's
that
funny.
this show is like even realistic, but It was just funny seeing like a lot of these shows and even Chef, seeing how they differ.
Yeah, the kitchen's it's funny that this movie is rated R. Like it's really wholesome, but it's also like
Mm-hmm.
dropping it. They're cursing all the time. And I
Yeah, it's
also really
from
like
like sailors.
the supporting characters, the other two chefs, like I forget his name in the movie.
Is it Tony? I think his name's Tony.
One, I think
I
that's the
think
one
in
that
the one of
stays in the
the
restaurant.
the guy in the Cuban food truck.
No, I forget
What are
what
you
that
talking
one's
about?
named. The other one that's like stays behind in the kitchen and becomes the head chef there after John Favreau quits.
I don't
You
know.
know
I
who I'm
forget their
talking
names.
about. The other guy, there's like a trio of them, and they're like the chefs.
Yeah,
And
yeah. There's the guy who's the new sous chef.
yeah, Tony is the one who stays behind. Martin is the one that comes
Yeah,
with him. Okay.
Martin
Yeah.
comes
Okay.
with him. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Martin.
Martin was the guy who worked with them on the food truck.
Yes,
I did not.
that's his name.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I just
Cool.
didn't pay attention.
Anyway, what also is kind of funny is that John Favreau was not only married to Sofia Vergara, but was dating Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm. That was
Like,
also
wow.
one other part of the movie. Scarlett Johansson was like a pretty big part of like the first act, and then she just disappears.
I didn't even mention her.
Which I guess is like realistic. Like in real life, if your life drastically changes, you'd probably just never see certain people again. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just a little like, all right, she's
Sorry,
gone.
babe. I've got a food truck now, and I'm married to my job.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I liked it all around. I thought it was a real fun movie.
I wish
Um,
John Favreau would make more stuff like this. Like I know he's busy
that's what I
now.
was thinking. And he also directs. I don't know how often he directs, but I know he has directed The Mandalorian. I don't know if he does all the episodes, but he's definitely
I
done a
think he's the
few.
main writer. I think he's directed a couple,
Okay.
but I know he's like in charge of Mandalorian. Um, but
I
like
imagine
I
he
know
also kind of runs into the same like block where Disney is like, no, do this kind of
mhm,
thing.
probably because Disney seems to like ebb and flow with that. It's like sometimes people get full freedom to do whatever in their movies, and sometimes they just don't. So
Hmm.
I mean, like lately, he's been in terms of the movies he's directed. He did the live action Lion King, so I would love
Yikes.
to see like I like his original movies a
Chef
lot.
2.
Elf and
I would
Chef.
love to see Chef. Oh, he did
Chef 2
Elf?
would be hilarious. Yeah, he did Elf.
That's really funny.
So if he were to return to those kind of movies, making original stuff, like he's good at it. He makes really fun,
Yeah,
enjoyable movies.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. And he just seems like a really nice guy in real life.
Yeah, he looks like somebody that I don't know. Do you know if he cooks in real life?
I have no idea. He was
Hmm.
really good at chopping those vegetables.
Yeah, I will say. And he made that food look pretty, but I don't know. It just made me hungry. Honestly, the movie made me hungry.
Yeah. But anyway, I say excuse me. Oh yeah, and he has a show on Netflix now that's
What's it called?
inspired by Chef. Uh
Oh no.
it's called The Chef Show. And I think he just brings on celebrities and cooks with them. So I think he does cook.
Really? I'm gonna look at it right now. It's a TV show?
I think it's a Netflix series.
Wow.
Yep.
Huh. Well, that's really cool.
Anyway,
Um
did I
yeah.
say Chad? It's a Chad.
So that's it. Yeah, I would also say Chad. Um
Make Chef 2, John Favreau. This is
I
your
liked it
call
a
to
lot.
action.
I would like to see Chef too. I don't know what else he's doing. Like, what do you know what he's doing right now?
Mandalorian. I think that's his big priority.
Mandalorian season 3.
Probably. Or Boba Fett or whatever.
Oh, he's also doing Boba Fett.
Or, I mean, like the show, maybe. I don't know. I know he's really involved with all
Okay.
the Star Wars stuff that's happening. That's all I know.
Hmm.
But I want him to come back, do another Marvel movie, do Chef 2,
Yeah, we know you're
Here for
listening,
it.
John Favreau. We know you're a
I
big
know.
fan
He
of the
probably
podcast.
is.
So
It's
yeah,
not much chef
most of our
content.
viewers are A-list celebrities.
I have a chef
Um,
poster now. I haven't put it up yet. Really
really?
have one. I'll send you.
What's it? Is it? Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want to
Just send
see?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll hold it up because I have a bunch of posters, Tommy. I'll get your reactions to those.
Okay, okay, cool. Damn, look at that ass. Okay,
Oh, I got.
Doom Patrol,
That's an actual serious one that I got. I got some like serious ones.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, it says obviously on it. Kick-Ass. Oh, that's one of your favorites.
Mhm.
Over the Edge. I need to watch that again. We should do an episode on that.
We should.
Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. I guarantee you're gonna have a Muppets one. That's my hot take. Daredevil. Yep. Chef. That's the scene from the last part of the movie. Yep, I fucking called it. The Muppets.
I'm also wearing a Muppets
He's
t-shirt.
literally wearing a Muppets t-shirt. Oh boy. Do you have any of the Muppets movies rated 5 stars?
Yes, just one.
Wow. Okay. Which one is that?
The most recent, or not the most recent one, the second most recent one, which is like it's like a soft reboot, but like or like a spiritual successor to the original series. It's really good. It makes me emotional. We don't have to talk about this though.
Yeah.
We all know I like Muppets.
Oh boy.
But yeah, what are you watching, Tommy? What have you been watching?
Let's see. I don't know if I've been watching much recently. Let me look it up. Yeah, what have you been watching while I get my stuff out?
I rewatched. I have this new thing where I've been putting on movies as like background noise while I do other stuff. Just movies I've seen before, or a million times, or whatever. So I rewatched the first Captain America. I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy, and I rewatched Spider-Man: Far From Home. Just because I felt like it. None of my opinions on any of those movies has changed. So take with that what you will. I've rewatched Chef, obviously, and I guess the only really new movie I watched was I continued my Twilight marathon.
Oh no.
So I watched Breaking Dawn Part 1, and it's fucking terrible. It's really bad. It was it had some of the worst fucking plot decisions I've ever seen in my entire life. You know the plot of the movie?
Not at all. I know that there's a werewolf and there's a vampire.
Bella
And they
is
want to fuck
pregnant.
this girl.
Bella is pregnant with Edward's baby. And it's a big problem because she's not a vampire yet, and he is. So they're like, the baby's gonna kill you. And she starts delivering the baby, and she's like dying. And Edward has to eat through her womb to get to the baby. Which is a real plot point that happens in the movie. Also, extremely fucking terrible thing about this movie. Jacob, the werewolf, so werewolves can do this thing where they imprint on someone, and like it means that they
does he like shit on them?
no, it means that they like become in love with that person. I don't know if they can control it or whatever. It was very unclear, but like it's like the thing werewolves can do once in their lives, and they will be obsessed with that person, whether or not they end up together. Some shit like that. I don't fucking know. They barely explained it. So Jacob decides to imprint on the baby.
Is this okay? Is this obsession like a romantic obsession or just an obsession?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
He's going to marry the baby because
that's literal
it
grooming
grows,
and pedophilia.
It's quite terrible, isn't it? It like grows faster than an average baby, which is no excuse, but it's pretty fucking gross. Like, what kind of backwards ass decision was that to be like, let's have one of the protagonists of the series fall in love with the baby.
The baby, yeah. Oh,
What a
jeez.
weird fucking choice. But anyway, that's for the
Which
next
one
movie
in?
to deal with.
Yeah, sorry. So how many Twilight movies are there?
There are four books split into
5. And
five
which one?
movies.
So which movie was that? Is that
That
like the
was
third or
four.
fourth?
That was
Okay.
four. I will say, they're all terrible. The first one is the best one.
Yeah.
Um,
Which one is?
the first one because it
First
feels
one.
the most like an actual movie. The second one and the third
Mm.
one or the second one is also extremely problematic because basically the moral of the story is Edward breaks up with Bella and she's so sad that she tries to kill herself over and over and over again. And the moral of the story is try and kill yourself enough times and your boyfriend will come back. So again,
Oh.
I know like we all laugh at these movies now, but like there are actual teenagers who watched them and were really impressionable. And I don't get how these were allowed to
How did they
like be
slide? How did that
released.
let that slide?
I don't know. Eclipse is just insanely boring, and then this one has like Edward eating through his wife's stomach, and then a werewolf imprinting on a baby. So this series is not very good, is what I'm saying. All but one have
So
gotten half a star from
what
me.
is it on? Is it all on Amazon Prime Video or whatever it
It
is?
was. I don't know if it still is. We ended
Okay.
up buying this one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun to watch if you can sit with people and like pick them apart, but like Jesus fucking Christ, whose idea was this
I would
shit?
never want to marathon through them. That'd be awful.
Pussy. Anyway, what have you been
Yeah,
watching?
maybe. Maybe. So I actually haven't watched anything. I think I already talked about that. I watched Reservoir Dogs and Sound of Metal, right? Did I tell you that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was last
I
week.
think that was last week. Yeah. I haven't watched any movies, but I did watch The Last Dance, which was like that Netflix docuseries about like Michael Jordan and Chicago
Mm-hmm.
Bulls. And it was actually really good. Um, I think it's the issue is that it's a little bit long. Like it's 10
Mm-hmm.
episodes, each one's like 50 minutes, which is a lot of content over this thing. I think it could have been a lot better if it was like one, I don't know, just a little bit shorter, but I still thought it was like really, really well done.
Yeah.
And I think I liked it because it showed like Michael Jordan, who was literally like probably one of the most recognizable names like on planet Earth.
Yeah, right.
The moral of the story that you get from him is that he just didn't want to be a role model, and he was kind of forced into that
Mm,
position, which is just a really interesting
that is
thing.
interesting.
Um, but yeah, no, it was great. I'd recommend watching it, but that's about it.
Yeah. I also uh picked up watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia again, which I've
Okay.
been not watching for like years. And it's fucking it's really funny. It's absolutely insane though. It's the craziest shit on TV. Like in terms of like scripted comedy.
Hmm.
It's wild. Because do you know the premise is like every character is supposed to be like a really terrible person?
No, I think I've watched one episode and I didn't finish it.
Yeah. They're just like really, really awful people. So, like they fucking at one point they want to get famous um by like starting a show on public access, so they try to report the real news and
Yeah.
they decide that they are gonna light the building on fire with a box of kittens inside and have uh their friend D run inside and save them. And D, by the way, is Danny DeVito's daughter. And so they have her run in, and then Danny DeVito lights the building on fire while she's inside, and they don't tell her. It's fucking insane.
Does
But I've been
she like
watching that.
survive?
Yeah, she survives.
Okay. Do the kittens survive?
She throws them because she's on fire, and she
Oh
comes outside
no.
and she like throws them, and they're all like, "Why the fuck did you throw the kittens?"
Yeah,
But
maybe I'll
I've been
watch it.
watching
What
that along
season
with
is that
Pose.
in?
I think I'm on three.
Okay. Did you
You
like
gotta
just
plow through
start?
season one because there's no Danny DeVito. But no, I watched
Okay.
like the first two like last year.
Okay. How's Clone Wars going?
I mean, let's see. Season four, episode 18 is where I'm at now.
Okay,
It's
that's not
okay.
bad.
It's going. I've been putting it on while I do homework and shit. So we're getting there. I can't wait to be done. I fucking can't wait.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
seem
don't
like you're
think
having
you
too
should
much
watch it,
fun.
Tommy. It's
Yeah, I
not
don't think
even
I
that it's
will.
bad. It's not bad. It's just a lot of Star Wars. It's a lot.
Yeah. I bet a lot of it's just like filler content too.
You'd be right.
Mm-hmm.
Every time something interesting happening is, oh, here's an episode about C3PO and R2D2 doing absolutely nothing, or Padme and Jar Jar doing absolutely nothing. It's okay. Darth Maul's coming up pretty soon. So we'll be all right.
Oh yeah, I forgot he lives. And then there's his brother. What's his brother's name? He's
Is
really
his
cool.
brother Savage Opress,
Yes.
the yellow one?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I met him already last season, but Darth Maul is this
Hmm.
season. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching,
Cool.
everybody. Happy
Yep.
Groundhog
Cook your own
Day.
meals. Um, don't eat at Chick-fil-A.
Don't need a Chick-fil-A.
Get some Five Guys.
Yeah, both agree on that. And we'll be back next week with something that I'll have to talk to Tommy about again. So goodbye, everybody.
Mm-hmm.